Well, hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your yearly reading for 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your yearly reading for 2025. I can't believe I'm saying that, but here we are. It's going to be wild, wonderful, chaotic, and downright weird. But let's tap into your personal energy because that's the world energy that I'm tapping into. Let's zoom in to see what's going on with you. Now, I am going to take one card from this deck for each of the months, then I'll clarify as I go. Also, I am opening up another competition for one subscriber to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on. Let's get straight to your reading at first. Now, as I shuffle these cards, I will let you know what is going on in terms of planetary alignments for the year ahead, but also, global events. So please fast forward that part until I pick up the first card if you do not want to hear about that, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know regarding their year ahead? Can you please guide them for 2025? What should they be seeing at this time? Now, firstly, before I even start, I'm seeing an eagle in the water. So bird energy, this is about taking flight. This is about new perspectives. It's really about being more sociable. Some of you are launching something big this year. I definitely see that you are rising or soaring in whatever it is that you're doing. I mean, eagles tend to keep their eye on the prize. So whatever it is you're focusing on, I feel like you shall accomplish it. So look, lots of birds. They're going to be really relevant, but these are doves, of course. But I feel birds, higher perspective, definitely things taking off for you, setting flight, as it were. Some of you, that could even be travel. But basically, let's just say that 2025 is going to be one of the biggest years of our lives to date. We're certainly going to remember it. We can, of course, all feel globally that it will be a bit of a bumpy road ahead. But there are so many incredible opportunities available to you personally, and it really does have so much potential. Now, Venus moved into the sign of Pisces at the very beginning of January, which encourages you to walk tall, boldly into 2025 with an open heart, to romance your life more, add creative flair in all your endeavors, and aspire to the finer things in life. Follow your heart and fill it with joy. It's a perfect year for you to meet a soulmate if you are searching for love, or even deepen your current relationship. But when Mars goes direct from late February, it's an all-out invitation to set your soul ablaze with wild spontaneity and adventure, whilst at the same time hitting all your personal targets along the way. Now, this year is about feeling fulfilled, right to your very core. However, 2025 will also be a bit of an intense year for many reasons. Well, firstly, it's a 9-year in numerology, which is the end of cycles. It demands radical change. A new chapter requires a new version of you, and that's exactly your approach to many things this year. Karmic cycles are coming to an end. Also, a lot of major planets are hanging out in the sign of Pisces or Aries this year. I almost want to call 2025 a clash of fire and water. Things will be heating up. Whether you've been good or bad, expect, karma to come knocking on your door. 2025 is all about your personal journey. It's about discipline and self-mastery, reprogramming to move away from the past, from old hurts, generational toxicity or wounding, so that you can be set free and reignite that spark, that lust for life. Now, Jupiter plays a significant role here too. It actually wants to reward you this year for all your hard work over the last couple of years. And it will be a fair exchange based on your karmic debt. Now, the energy plays an important role for you on a personal level. Anything that you are passionately creating, it will leave a legacy. All you dedicate yourself to dials up the level of success. So this is a great year for tapping into that. However, 2025 is the precipice of change, especially on a global scale. And with Saturn and Neptune close to 0 degrees in Aries, which has never happened in recorded history, a new era really is birthing something radical. You may see drastic changes in infrastructure or in industries that you work in or rely on. We will also see lots of CEOs or figureheads of governing institutions or bodies stepping down this year. It's just a change of face, however. The old guard still remains the same, if you know what I mean. But that's just for now. It's just a change that we will be seeing. And of course, we have had this sort of conjunction before, but never at 0 degrees Aries, which will, of course, become exact as we move into 2026. Now, this is really a pretty big deal. This conjunction has collapsed empires in the past, but at 0 degrees Aries, this is new. So it could be a fiery clash to topple old structures, rules, establishments, regulations, or just traditional ways of doing things. They suddenly and radically change. Well, something does have to change, of course, because the world has been in a little bit of turmoil for quite some time. It almost feels like everything's turned on its head. But this change, you know, of course, it'll be bumpy, but then when we come out the other side, it'll be super positive. Now, for example, a most notable Saturn-Neptune conjunction saw the Berlin Wall fall. You know, you can Google what other empires or their legacy collapsed during this type of conjunction, which may indicate what we might have in store on a global scale this year. Now, on a personal level, this energy is super positive. It helps you to challenge yourself, to try new approaches or even new technology. This is also the year of the wood snake in Chinese astrology, which is overall very auspicious. It offers you lots of good luck. But remember, snakes can be charmed. Pluto works extra hard to help you increase your intuition and see behind motives of whoever is playing the pipe, or indeed whoever is paying the piper. This is a time period where the world is shedding its metaphorical skin. Things are shifting. Things are exposed, especially in terms of physical landscapes. So, you know, in terms of your energy personally, you may be on a quest for newness this year, but the Earth itself is also shifting. We will see more seismic activity, even in areas not prone to it. Large volcanic activity this year, it will increase, as well as the potential for water-related events. Areas I'm drawn to in particular are the Pacific Plate, specifically an underwater volcano, okay? That keeps coming up for me, as well as the Nevado de Ruiz and, of course, St. Helens. And hotspot areas will be along the Ring of Fire and the African Plate. Now, this part of the world is a bit of an obvious one. Turkey and Indonesia will also see lots of activity this year. And we will see gradual increases in solar flares affecting power grids until we reach solar maximum in July. So just keep a torch at hand. You know, this too shall pass. There'll be some power outages and things like that. Now, I wish I could tell you that this crazy weather will calm down, but unfortunately, it will only increase. And we may even see a Category 6 added to the hurricane system. I mean, I hope I'm wrong on that. That's one thing I'm definitely hoping I'm wrong on, but we'll see what happens there. Also, tangible assets, financial structures will be revolutionized. Economically, we may see a challenging year ahead globally, but in order to come out the other side positively, we must go through. And this year is a year of sustainability and self-sufficiency. 2025, you know, it will reveal revolutionary advancements in technology as well. And that will be across the board, but especially in healthcare, which will be super positive. And also, just when you thought you couldn't be shocked any further, Neptune and Pluto gang up on well-known figures in the public eye to expose those who are up to no good, especially those on our dime. Now, this year is all about removing the layers to see below the surface. Ultimately, it's about purifying, detoxifying, getting back on track, and being successful in all that you dedicate yourself to. There's a lot of energy around at the moment you can tap into this year that is going to be super positive and increase your luck. On a deeper note, the North Node forces us to look at what we've been accepting that is less than we truly deserve. Anything that has caused pain, sadness, hardship, or whether it's a relationship, friendship, environment, or even a lifestyle choice, this is the year to face it head on with a smile in your heart. Fully understand what needs to change and what you need to walk away from. And in that very moment of empowerment, you realize what you're truly capable of to transcend and transform your life, to live life without limitations and aspire to basically live your best life. Now, looking at your energy, I feel this year you're unflappable. I feel there's a lot of progress. I see a lot of cathartic energy here, and this is just your overarching energy. I feel like you're focused on, your true north. I feel like you're focused on your life's purpose, your mission. I'm being given an energy, of course, of fluidity for you. I'm being given this energy of being flexible. I'm also being given this energy of, you investing in your life on a deeper level. And there's a lot of success here. Your first card there is creation, water. So I feel like, of course, on a sort of basic mundane level, I feel like you're focusing on hydration. Of course, water is all about keeping the body, actively moving and sort of, cleansed. But you could also be detoxifying in the month of January. This is your January month where you are moving into the year with a calmer energy than last year. I feel there's still a lot of chaotic energy around you. It could be that there's, a lot of things to do. I feel like you're pacing yourself in a really nice way. I feel that this is about you grounding yourself, but also being in the flow. This card literally means to be in the flow. You're focusing on your goals and dreams, you're strategizing. Also, this indicates that a level of maturity has been reached where you are protecting your inner peace, okay? And I did mention before I even shuffle the cards and this popped out, birds are going to be very important for you as a symbol this year. And this is about things taking flight, launching things, brand new you. Of course, that new chapter requires a new version of you. So I do feel that you're managing stress levels, you're looking at where things pressurize you or trigger you, and you're not allowing your inner peace to be provoked in any shape or form. Now, of course, it's number 29. When you reduce that number, that's 11, which is a soul path number. So very positive energy. You're starting the year on a really good note. I feel like you're focusing on your plans, of course. This is a card that literally means to flow forward with grace and confidence because, the year ahead is going to be truly magnificent for you. You're being true to your emotions. If it doesn't feel good, you're like moving away from it. If it feels good, you're moving closer to it. You're leaning into things that really benefit your life. I also feel some of you may be a little bit more sociable at the end of January there as well. The beginning feels like you're getting into the rhythm of 2025. It's a different year, it's a different energy, and something just hits a little bit different. It feels calmer somehow, even though you've only just left 2024. So I definitely see here that you have lots of plans. It's almost like my guides are giving me that each one is a plan. Each bird is a plan. It's taking flight. It's something that, because birds are, of course, of the air. So this is all about your visions of the future, all those ideas, all those things that you want to plot point throughout the year. I feel like you are kind of solidifying them, but also there's an energy of being fluid with it. It's an energy at which it's like, you trust that you're heading in the right direction. There's things that you want to do, but you're remaining open to the fact that the universe wants to also guide you towards more. Now, I feel with this card, you're trying to be really positive about the year ahead. I feel like you're trying to release any negative emotions. I also feel like you're not allowing yourself to become stagnant this year, that you may have found that you found yourself stuck in, shall we say, in 2024. Now, don't get me wrong, I feel 2024 was very valuable to you. I feel there was a lot of success, a lot of accomplishments, but there may have been some setbacks there as well. So I feel like, as soon as you're feeling a little bit stuck in something, you are investing in yourself to make sure you propel yourself further and not remain stagnant, okay? Because if you think about the nature of water, it is fluid and you have a lot of it. I mean, you've even got the fluidity card there as well. So I feel this is a month of, kind of moving forward, but I feel throughout the year, you're taking stock and making sure that you keep propelling yourself forward in your goals and dreams, whether it is, finances, whether it is, your health, whether it is your accomplishments, your ambitions, you're flowing forward, not backwards. And I also feel there is an energy here of you being confident and considering what is vital to your happiness, that missing ingredient, you know. So I feel very creative month as well for you. You're totally in the flow of things and you are creating that harmony and balance in your life. Now, you know, in terms of structure, I feel it works really well for you, but it's almost like January, it's not that you're freewheeling. I feel like a lot of you are kind of like focusing on strategizing and, you know, setting your intentions, but it's almost like there is a less structured energy to January. So of course you're focusing on your goals, your dreams, but for some of you, and this may not resonate with all of you, it could have been there was a bit of a false start to January, or you may have like started your intentions a little bit later in January. Now that's for some of you, not all of you. I feel you're a little bit more disciplined or stricter with yourself in February there. So it could be that perhaps there was like a celebration or some sort of event or something that you accommodated at the beginning of January where you're like, you know what, this day or this week doesn't count. I'm going to start seriously about my goals and my plans, you know, a little bit later on than usual. And this is actually really mature because it means you're not setting yourself up to fail. You know, there's no such thing as failure, really. It's that we learn. And, you know, you hear a lot of like millionaires or billionaires and all of those people. They always say, fall forward, right? And, you know, this is an indication that anything you ever try, first off, it may not work. But, you know, you learn, so you fall forward. You are still making progress. So I feel, you know, you've been doing a lot of like explorative energy in 2024, where you're working out what works, what doesn't work, and you're doing more of what works for you. And you may have learned from last year, for example, that, you know, perhaps it's hard to start something at a certain point in January, and you're accommodating that this January and saying, you know what, actually, I'm going to honor the fact that last year it was just impossible. So I'm going to set a new date to start my year. It's almost like your stricter side comes out in February. So perhaps some of you, it's almost like your New Year's resolutions and everything really start to become solidified as you move out of January and into February there as well. But this is a very positive month. We got the Sun card to clarify it. So I feel, you know, this is you blossoming, being really hopeful for the year ahead, really positive. I feel like you have a lot more energy. You may have taken some time to cleanse, detoxifying. January is a big month for detox, especially with that water, that purifying energy there. You may have cut something out that perhaps has been limiting your energy levels, maybe even moved away from toxic relationships, friendships, or perhaps if there's been some sort of conflict over the seasonal period, or there was excess, shall we say, as we moved out of 2024. This is about honoring your health, and you're setting health goals and intentions, and you're remaining on target. Also, the Sun card indicates that you're leading with clarity. You can see where you want to go. And these two energies, it's like sun and water, nourishes earthy energy. So it can be your plans, okay? Especially since you've got a very earthy energy in February. It's like you are having the right ingredients, the great mindset to nurture your goals, your dreams, and anything that you set intentions to, it will blossom. And also the Sun card is about this raw energy available to you, leading with your passion, excited that 2025 can take things in any direction. And what's great is that you're fluid. You're open to all possibilities and all eventualities, which means you're not crushing the energy, okay? I mean, the Sun card can also indicate you're literally driving out the old to embrace the new, fresh new start. So I feel very excited about your January there. Now we move into February, and of course we've got the discipline card, time. So I do see here that not only are you going to be very busy in January, but it just feels like in January different kind of flow energy. It feels like a nicer pace. A little bit more busy in February there. I feel that you're being stricter with your time. I feel like you're super focused on your projects. You know, this card can indicate that you're taking things to the next level. I feel some of you could also launch something in January that, you know, you are maintaining and sustaining in February that's going to be very, very successful indeed. I feel an energy of you brainstorming, of course. That tree is like a brain, so it can mean that all the things that you have in your mind, remember, thoughts become things, they start to flourish. Real evidence of success and payoffs. So, for example, if you're committing yourself to a detoxifying kind of month, or, you know, a diet related change, or perhaps being more active in the month of January, maybe joining a gym, or even just rehydrating, perhaps, I feel like you see the difference. Some of you could also be, you know, launching new endeavors, new projects. If you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you're launching a different branch of your business, or diversifying, or even thinking about, you know, anything overseas. Because I see some of you, there is a big new start, and it could be something that's connected to overseas travel there as well. I feel like anything is to play for this year, and whatever it is you're launching, I feel like it's going to be very successful. It's grounded in a plan, and you're committed to your prosperity. Now, I do see here that, I gotta be honest with you, January, it feels like your money is a little bit flexible, okay? It's like easy come, easy go. So it could be that you are replenishing anything that you spent in excess in like December, November time in 2024, but I feel your money kind of plateaus and comes to a nice kind of solid energy in February. You're able to save a little bit more. I also see here that some of you, there is an energy of maybe even a small increase in your finances. This is a very earthy energy. Something is unlocked there with a key, destiny. Some of you could literally be moving in this month as well. If you've been planning a move, or you've just purchased a home, I feel this is where you lock things down, you know, sign contracts and things like that. But I feel this is also about you taking ownership of your time, okay? This is, you know, you mastering yourself. Self-awareness this year is something that you're focused on, and I feel like you are taking ownership of mastering oneself, not procrastinating. And there may be even a time-sensitive opportunity in February offered to you. And it could also be that you're looking at expiry dates in February as well, like, visas, passports, contracts, service providers, things that are coming to a close that require renewal, or that require you to kind of like cut them out because you feel actually you don't utilize them as much as you normally do. This is a very practical month there. Of course, it is number 41. When you reduce it, 4 plus 1, of course, is 5, which can indicate your commitments. That's the Hierophant energy. So you're very committed, dedicated to whatever it is that you're doing. It's almost like you're doing a lot of ruminating in the month of January, planning, strategizing, getting into the flow, and then things really start to take off as you are in February there as well. Now, also, some of you may identify causes of your procrastination. Now, we all do it. I'm not pointing a finger at you, my beautiful Librans. We all have moments. And I feel there's this energy of you really kind of identifying, am I procrastinating, or am I taking quality time to rest? There is a difference. So, you know, you're not berating yourself for taking some time. You know, it's important to rest, but is the rest quality time? Are you spending your time kind of like scrolling through things that perhaps, you know, mess with your inner equilibrium? You know, sometimes there's things like clickbait out there where there's like a video that says, oh my gosh, you know, you need to click this link right now because the world is like crazy. And you're like, oh my gosh, maybe I need to be prepared. But that's raising cortisol levels. I feel this year you're entering 2025 with a calmer mindset, and you're saying, actually, I'm going to ground myself. Maybe I don't need to click that link during my personal downtime. You know, it doesn't mean you don't click the link. You could click it at another point if you wanted to, but I feel it's about quality time and recognizing that sometimes we need to take stock, ground ourselves, and spend time in nature or quiet time so that you can keep peace of mind. And, you know, I feel this card also indicates that, of course, you are focused on, you know, your opportunities. I feel there's a lot of opportunities in February for you there. And I feel also you're looking at who wastes your time in life. You know, there may be a big sort of moment in February where you realize someone has been either stringing you along or wasting your time, and suddenly you're like empowered and taking back control of the situation. So whether it's a boss who's been promising you an opportunity that never comes, whether it's a person who's romantically interested in you but never really locks down a relationship or keeps things really kind of like fluid, and you're wanting to lock things down, you want to be in a high level commitment, I feel like you're asking yourself, what am I getting out of this situation? And if it feels that you've outgrown this, I feel like you are moving on. This card also indicates that the measure of time will be very interesting for you. You're actually going to reach all your deadlines. It's a really nice pace. It doesn't feel rushed. You know, this figure is standing there owning their time. So I feel like you're going to be more productive, but I feel like you're compartmentalizing what it is that you need to do. You're strategizing, and I feel that's quite exciting there as well. Now, very cerebral energy in the month of February there, where you are, plot pointing. You may already be putting things in your diary, interesting things, fresh new things to experience as you move through 2025. I mean, some of you, there is some sort of festival energy. It could be a music festival, could also be like getting out into nature, some sort of nature festival or event, as spring kind of springs, as it were. And I feel, for some of you, there could also be some sort of major vacation that you are planning for 2025. And, I'm seeing for a lot of you, it could be in the East is what I'm seeing. So it could be like either Thailand or, Laos, Cambodia. I'm just getting a lot of that energy. So perhaps some of you are thinking about that at this time, or perhaps it's something on your mind to do. Okay. Now, also, there is strong potential for you to meet love if you are looking for love. I mean, this is the month of Valentine's Day. So if you are in a high level commitment with your person, I feel there's a strong potential, if you're not engaged yet, that your person could actually ask you to marry them, okay? There's an energy here. I feel like they'll set a date as well. If you're already engaged, this could be a time to set the date. Or for some of you, it could be that, you are actually getting married in February. If that's you, congratulations. It's going to be an incredible time. Everything is going to run as it should, in order, okay? So just relax and enjoy the day. But, the Lover's card can indicate that you go to an event that you have planned, something that's in your diary, perhaps even already, and you may meet a new person at that event. Some of you, there's an energy here as well of, maybe talking to someone online and perhaps kind of locking in a date where suddenly when you meet them or go on that date, could be the second, third, fourth date, whatever, it's like that this is your person. So, on a more grounded level, of course, I feel there's an energy of you attracting something in divine timing. It shows up for you. It's being offered to you. And I feel like you're going to grab this opportunity with both hands. The Lover's card at grassroots, it's a card of attraction, the law of attraction. So with the disciplined time, it feels like you're doing something that you love, you're organized, you're strategizing, you're seeing evidence of your commitment to prosperity. Make your dreams kind of take off or lift off. I feel some of you, this could be the start of a new project. It could also be that your plans are starting to take shape in this month, and it just feels that everything is going as it should. It feels like things are going smoothly there. Now, of course, the Lover's card is a choice card. So for some of you, I feel like you may have a time-sensitive option that you have to focus on. Do not feel rushed. I feel like you're not going into this year feeling rushed. As I said at the very beginning, you're unstoppable. And unflappable is what I feel. So no one's going to pressurize you. If anyone ever tries to pressurize you on anything, it normally means they benefit from something more than you do. So think about that when you have to make a decision. But I'm going to pull an extra card on the Lover's card energy because basically it's a card of duality, okay? So it can be that you're setting up second streams of income during this month if you're an entrepreneur. Could also be that you get a small increase in your finances if you're in a job, for example. Very earthy energy there. It could also indicate that you move to an apartment or a place that you're absolutely going to love, that you feel like is home. So let me just pull a quick card on that for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? We've got the Empress energy. So this is about, falling in love with your life. It's about being precise. This is not a gender-specific reading. It's about the energy. And the Empress basically has planted seeds already. Something you're working on already. It shows evidence that it is taking shape, that it's coming together, that it is successful. This is a card of prosperity, of course. It can indicate that, things are ripe for the picking. It could also indicate that if you have finances in a certain, financial institution, you get an increase in your interest rates, for example, or it could be that, something matures and you can now actually access it. It could be a pension, for example, or it could be something that financially will really benefit you there. I mean, it could also mean that some of you are launching an entrepreneurship, becoming your own boss. Very creative time. I feel like you're super structured there, and I also feel that you are really focused on finding the finer things in life and focusing on the beauty, the goodness in the world. There's a lot of chaos in the world, of course, and I feel like you're doing your bit. You're the sort of person who always helps out, charitable work or doing what's right for the community and, your family and all of that. And I feel that, of course, you want to zoom in a little bit more this year into your personal projects, not in a selfish way. I feel like your energy is being channeled into investing in your life and making a difference. Now, of course, for some of you, if you're pregnant, this could be a prime month where baby wants to be delivered. So, I feel there's a potential if, you are due in and around this date. I definitely see that, your baby, or some of you are having twins, okay, because we have the Lovers card there as well. And congratulations if that's you. Also, I feel this is a prime month to get pregnant. So if you are someone who has the potential to get pregnant, whether it's with your partner or perhaps you're just meeting someone new, I would take precautions if it's something that you don't want to kind of accommodate into your life right now. I feel this could be, something to really just pay attention to this month. But, the Empress energy, this is about self-care as well. So nourishing yourself, you see the benefits of all the things that you've been implementing in January, and they're starting to pay off. You're having a glow up, you feel good. I feel there's an energy of like feeling comfortable in your own skin, emotional security, and it's about you spending time in nature or just, being the best and feeling the best as well. And also, I feel some of you, there's an energy here of a new diet or a new product that you may try that really helps you have that glow up as well. You just feel good about yourself. This is a Taurus Libra card. Of course, that indicates that you're grounded, but also, you feel more yourself than you have for a very long time there, okay? Now, I'm just going to pop that back as we move into the month of March there. I feel you're very sociable in the month of March. I really get the sense of, perhaps the sun being out a little bit more, surrounding yourself in nature. Also, on a more personal level, you're very instinctive. Your intuition is coming to the fore in the month of March. Also, we've got companionship. So if you're single and looking for love, I feel, the cusp of January into February is a prime time for you to meet, a partner. We've got the card of companionship there, but also if you're already with someone, this could be a big conversation about you and your person and where you feel like you belong in the world. Some of you are thinking about moving. Doesn't have to be that you're moving countries or state. It can be that you're moving home. I see a big move on the cards for some of you there. But this card, it's number 21, which is the World card. So if you do have a partner right now, you could actually hear about their success. I feel there's something really positive going on there, and you both celebrate this. But also, I feel it could be that I also see a lot of success for you this month too, and it could be that your partner is also sharing in that success, or basically, celebrating you is what I see there. Now, some of you, especially in February, if you're an entrepreneur, I see you launching something that will increase your finances, but also some of you may think about a business partnership. It could be with your partner, or it could be with someone that you really trust. Get a contract involved in that because, of course, just make sure everyone's on the same page of what their duties are and their responsibilities. But I feel if it's a business partnership or even a romantic partnership, it's really starred in the month of March as really working. It's like you're in tune with each other. It just feels like things are right. This could also apply to like a company. If you work for a company or with a company, you're having creative alliances there. Things are in the flow. It feels like everyone's working together. If you're an entrepreneur, it could be that actually you draw in like a new client or get more attention for your goods or services this month. Everybody is watching you. That's the energy I'm getting there. Okay. Now, of course, number 21 is all about your goals. So you're very productive, very goal oriented there. And I feel this could be an end of a cycle there for you as well, where you remove a block. This could be a financial block. It could be, a confidence block for some of you. But I see a lot of you, especially if you are connecting to your spiritual development this year, which I feel you are. I mean, water, a lot of you could be trying to learn how to scry, or it could be that you are seeing visions or opening up your third eye there. And some of you could meet a person or join a group of people, because I feel like you're very active this month, where you are in the flow of doing something creative. It could be a hobby, or it could be developing your spiritual gifts, where you open that third eye a little bit more. And I feel there's a connection. It feels like some of you could be holding circle, for example, or just go to an event where suddenly you discover how deep your psychic abilities or your sensitivity is as well there. Now, I will pull a card on this card in a moment. Let me get my teeth back in my mouth. This card indicates that we all have a superpower, okay? And you are finding yours and you're exercising it. Some of you are really going to tap into a hidden talent. I don't feel it's really hidden. I feel like you kind of know it's there, but perhaps you've been too busy to really explore it. And this is a month where you really get to grips with it and deepen it, hone it a little bit more there. Upskilling, learning new things. I mean, it could be something you've already booked as well. Some of you are, embracing a lot of knowledge this year. It could be that you're putting yourself in a course of learning. Maybe it's something that you've booked for March or ends up being complete in March. Whatever it is, I feel it puts you in a group of people that, will be relevant to you for years to come. So I feel very important camaraderie. If you are searching for your soul tribe, for example, I feel like you could find friends for life this month there as well. And some of you may even adopt a pet. I actually feel a lot of you, a pet may adopt you in the month of March there. But I feel this is about, honing all aspects of self. So it's almost like you're really kind of like brainstorming in this month as well. My guides told me I'm not finished with this card, so I picked it back up again. If you think about the attributes of every animal there, like the wolf is the pathfinder, someone who is very independent. I feel like you're embracing your independence this month. I feel like you are focused on your sense of purpose, your mission, and also, the wolf goes off on their own to find their path, but also they return to their pack. So I feel like you're focusing on your responsibilities, being more sociable, connecting to family, friends. But also if you think about the nature of the giraffe, it's about, foreseeing the future. It's about being a visionary. It's about seeing above, seeing things from a higher perspective and trusting your vision, that you are on course, you're on target there. Also, if you think about the horse, there's progress this month. This could be a strong month where you could get promoted. I feel it's in the cusp of February, March time. Okay, I feel it could be bonus time for some of you there as well. Also, if you think about the kangaroo, it's like protecting your position. Could be, feeling this like extraordinary strength, for example. I feel there's a lot of energy with that animal there too. Foxes being very clever, seeing through any deceit or seeing through any kind of like motives that are hidden, for example. So I feel this is about you. And there's another bird. There's actually a bird on her shoulder there as well. This one is actually a parrot there, so it could be that some of you are kind of like voicing what you feel is right in your situation, or maybe even kind of like writing a book or a screenplay, or maybe even writing a course on whatever it is that you do. So you can offer a handbook or something to people, or a course online, for example, really speaking your truth or finding your voice, expressing yourself through your work in some way where you can actually build community or flourish and grow in your career sector. I feel a lot of people are drawn to you instinctively in this month as well. So let me just see there. I'm also drawn to the figures necklace. I feel there's something about money in and around the cusp of February and March for you. And I feel it's a small increase, but for some of you, if you work for a company where they get like a quarterly bonus or a dividend, for example, I feel there could be an increase in finances, especially in March, April as well there too, okay? We have the star. As I said, all eyes are on you in the month of March. The star energy indicates, of course, you being aligned with something that you've had your eye on for quite some time. Your visions are starting to take shape. Inspiring month there. I feel this is where you could get recognized for that promotion, or it's a month where you're singled out for something. If you're someone who wants to be in the public eye, for example, this is a big fame month for you. It could be that you're launching a product or a project, or perhaps being seen on, TV or a movie or something like that. This is you being seen. If you're someone who is a social media influencer, for example, it could be that you go viral, or more people are drawn to your, platform, for example. But the star energy is also a cleansing month. So I feel like you are sticking to your cleansing mission, that you're detoxifying. I feel like you're aligned with wishes. You can see that there's a bright future ahead. The star energy is so wonderful. It means that, you have your vision and you are creatively making it happen. You've got that plan. Also, the star energy, it can indicate that a wish is delivered for you in the month of March. So whatever that is, it could be that there's a gathering, because I feel there's some sort of like event or gathering, whether it's you and your friends going off for a barbecue or a festival, or perhaps there is a monumental birth date going on in that month, or maybe it's, that you are kind of like, how can I put that? Reunion energy I'm getting. Okay, it could be that you're seeing people you haven't seen for a long time in this month. I just feel like people are gathering together in the month of March there. Now also the star energy, it indicates there's a lot to look forward to in this month. It also indicates that you have clear vision and you're using all aspects of self to tap into, as I said, that wolf energy, your vision, your clarity of the future, being independent, going off, doing your own thing, but also being more integrated in your community. And there's a lot of strength about you, empowerment. I mean, there's even like a chameleon there as well. So it could be a networking month where, you really connect to people on all different levels, all aspects of yourself. You're meeting different people, for example, and, where you're honoring differences, but you really fit into all of your environments. And, it could be that those people in positions of authority noticing what you do. And even, your family, maybe even, kind of saying that they really recognize your investment in the family unit, all that you're doing. They're taking stock of it. And basically, they're really proud of you and appreciating you. This is a big month for appreciation is what I see there. Okay. Now, as we move into the month of April, I feel it's very busy and people-y in the month of March. So some of you may feel like withdrawing into self. This is a solitary card. So it doesn't mean that you're not focusing on your plans and working really hard and focusing on your responsibilities, but you may want to withdraw in order to have some quiet time. It says here, solitariness desert, okay? Now, you're not truly ever alone. There's always two sets of footprints in this card, okay, even though she is swinging on that swing. And this is not a gender-specific reading. It's an energy that indicates, that this person is like having fun or, again, being flexible and, basically taking some quiet time, taking stock of things, sitting with nature. The desert represents kind of an environment where anything could happen. It's almost like a blank canvas, for example. So this could be a big brainstorming month for you to strategize a new way of keeping things hydrated, keeping things moving forward. So it can be that it's kind of like a happy hump month in the year for you. Doesn't mean things are not happening. It just means that, you're aware that you started with all this flow energy and you've got to a point where now you need to reimagine or re-envision what it is that's next. Where are your next footsteps leading you to? Now, as you can see, more birds. Okay, you got any cards, okay, in this deck, but you got a lot of them with birds. So I feel this is about your vision. It's about your focus, but also this card is number 13, which is the death card energy. So something big could start in this month. It could indicate that you want to take a step away. Your energy definitely changes. The death card is all about change. So it can indicate that you're launching something new or you're becoming a new kind of version of yourself. And, you are withdrawing into self in order to do that. Now, of course, this is about acknowledging when you feel lonely and when you are taking solitary time. There is a difference, just because you spend time alone doesn't mean you're lonely. So I feel like you're enjoying your own time, being more independent in this month. And I feel for some of you, there is an energy that if you're launching a business, if you're becoming an entrepreneur, sometimes it can feel a little bit lonely that you are like going out there and showing up for yourself all the time. And it can feel like a lot of pressure. So you need to take some time to really recharge your batteries, okay? Now, of course, again, there's some parakeets here. So for some of you, you may not be alone. It can be that you're spending some cozy time with your nearest and dearest by this point. But it is number 13, and it indicates here that it could be that you're withdrawing to focus on developing a more simplistic lifestyle. You know, simplifying your life. Maybe looking at something that has become a little bit complicated that you find a solution to and say, actually, I'm going to work smarter, not harder on this. You know, this is a card where it can indicate that you have quick getaway as well. You may have a small sort of trip somewhere. I mean, for some of you, it could be like a writer's retreat where you go off and, you know, you're inspired, but you need to be by yourself in order to focus. It could be that you're diversifying a part of your business, for example, or it could indicate that after some celebrations, there's a little bit of a lull period where you just need some quality time. I also feel like you're going out there doing wonderful, fun, independent things, going to galleries. Remember, I feel a lot of you are romancing your life this year. Could be that you're taking yourself out on a date night, movie night for yourself. It could also be that, you know, you are kind of like a little bit dehydrated in this month. So just watch out for that as well, because the desert can indicate, you know, that, you know, perhaps you're not staying true to optimum water levels. It could be that, you know, you've really challenged yourself, you're hitting the gym, or you're doing your 10,000 steps, or you're being active, and, you know, you've been really busy. And sometimes when we get busy, we forget about our own needs because we're so invested in the project or the product or whatever it is we're doing that sometimes hours and lots of time goes by before we go, oh, I didn't have lunch yet, or oh, I didn't have the water yet. I haven't, you know, had my fill of what I should have, you know, the level of that day. So that's coming out there as well. Now, also, I feel the desert, it's very important to recognize in terms of global energy. I feel we all need to keep in mind March, April, July, August, and the eclipse season right at the end of the year. I feel something big could occur globally that, you know, keeps our attention. And, you know, I'm just seeing like a vision of lots of people like looking at their screens, like TV sets, like in awe of like, what? I mean, what? So I don't know what that is because I can't ever see past the vision of people just kind of like either being on their cell phones. I almost want to call them soul phones. Okay. I'm an old soul. I really don't like technology, but, you know, put me in front of a person and we can talk forever, you know, texting and all of those things. I prefer face to face, but anyway, I get it. Technology is great. It keeps everyone connected. So, but I'm just seeing this vision of everyone like kind of on their cell phones, and then suddenly they're like drawn to the TV and they're like, oh, what? I mean, what? So there could be a month where something happens. April, it could be something that captures people's attention. So that's coming out there. I'm not sure why it came out for your reading specifically. I don't tend to mention these visions until they pop out in a reading, but I am thinking about doing like a separate channel for scrying because I see visions and things like that of what goes on in the world. And, you know, I was wondering if anyone would actually be even interested in stuff like that. But if you are, let me know in the comments box below, and perhaps it's something I'll create. But, you know, moving that energy aside and zooming back into your energy, I feel this could be a month where you're observing things in your life, keeping things running smoothly. If you think about the swing, it's like things are ticking over nicely. There's a nice pace. It just feels like, you know, there's an energy also of some of you doing some DIY in this month. Even though that is a very calm card, I'm just getting DIY. So you could erect some sort of furniture in this month. I feel more than anything that you are doing some like DIY or restructure in your home space in January. But I'm feeling something being erected that's like pride of place in April there for you. We've got the High Priestess, withdraw into self. This could be a big month where you go on a spiritual retreat as well. You know, I keep being given this energy, and maybe it's going to connect to somebody, but maybe not. I'm going to mention it just in case. Someone out there may be going on like a writer's retreat in the Namibian desert. That is so precise, okay? I'm not even sure if there is a writer's retreat in the Namibian desert, but you know, I'm going to mention it because that's what's coming out there. So, but it could be like something different. Maybe you're going on some sort of spiritual retreat. It could also be that you join like you know, a group of people where you honor your spiritual gifts, or you do meditation, more yoga, mindfulness. You could download an app of mindfulness or discover one that works better for you in this month, or maybe even make a breakthrough in connecting to your higher self. I feel like you're opening your third eye this year even stronger than ever before. And that doesn't have to be woo-woo. It doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, I'm getting visions. It can be more like instinctive. You know, you've got a March energy, which is very instinctive there. You're tapping into your intuition. I feel like you're blossoming within and also outside of yourself as well. Now, also, this could be that you're in between two worlds. You know, this is a reprogramming card, which it can indicate that you sit with self in order to look at things that need to transform. Big cathartic month for you. And as you can see, you know, this card is literally sitting with self. So I feel quiet time, honoring your time, enjoying that independent time, even if it's just poodling around your home, you know, finding time to read a book or inform yourself. A big knowledge month for you. So I feel could be that you are learning something online or learning something about yourself during this period as well. Now also, the High Priestess is an energy of, you know, listening to your feelings. Okay, really kind of like, I feel there's an energy here of you maybe looking at a period where you felt a little bit on autopilot, or where you felt a little bit numb, and revisiting that and really dissecting or digging deeper. You know, if you think about the desert, if you dig a little bit deeper and deeper and deeper, eventually you get to a water source. So it could be that you are trying to unpick something that has been problematic in your life, to resolve it finally, or see how you feel about it. Could be that you discover that something that triggered you in the past, you got no feelings for that anymore, whether it's an ex who was toxic, or you know, some sort of cycle that you went through that was challenging. You could really revisit that and go, you know what, I've closed that chapter. I've got no triggers or feelings about that anymore. And you transcend it, because this card is all about transcending. So I feel, you know, April is a big month to honor yourself. Let's just go a little bit deeper just to see if there's anything else that's occurring, because of course there's more to that month than just focusing on self and, you know, connecting to, I mean, I've just heard as well, my guide said, some of you may go to a spa event during that time. Two of Cups. For some of you, it could be that you're on honeymoon, okay? It could be that you're getting away with your partner. I did say that, you know, there's two sets of footprints there. Two of Cups can indicate two people have a getaway, and maybe, you know, there's an energy here of really like sitting with that, because parakeets, they tend to be soulmate energy. So it could be that for some of you, not all of you, it could be that you are going away with your partner and their friends, or your friends as well. So it doesn't have to be that you're completely on your own, but I feel like you may go off and do a little bit of wandering during that time as well. But also on a more grounded level, Two of Cups can indicate a manifestation has shown up for you. You've attracted something. Remember, this is a card of attraction, and it indicates that, you know, you are comfortable in the fact that, you know, it showed up for you. It occurred, because being on a swing, it's pretty joyful, you know. It's nice to sit there. It's kind of like peaceful. It's almost like hypnotic, this energy of like, yeah, it's all happening. It's all coming together. I feel the flurry of activity in the beginning of the year indicates that things are running smoothly, and you're taking stock in the month of April and saying, you know what, I dedicated myself to this and I'm doing a good job. This is a month to be proud. But also I feel there could be some sort of agreement or some sort of proposal during this month where, you know, you have to think about something, and you may have to go off on your own and really dissect it and listen to your inner wisdom. The High Priestess that came up there is about listening to your knowledge that is within you. All the answers are within you. Of course, you can source things outside of yourself. You can kind of soundboard off friends and family, but ultimately the decision, it lies within you. It's about trusting your gut instinct and knowing that you're making the right decision there as well. But I feel something could be offered or exchanged during this month, whether it is keys to a property. Some of you are locking in a property this year, or whether it is an exchange, like you're purchasing a car, or an agreement, something that you may sign up for, some sort of contract or subscription, for example. It could also be an exchange of vows. I feel, you know, the energy is more like February for you getting married or your person popping the question. But if you are meeting someone at the beginning of the year, it could be April that both of you kind of like put a label on it and say, you know what, we're in this, we're taking the plunge. It's you and me, baby, against the world kind of energy where you are committing to each other. This card can also indicate that you are taking stock of all your commitments this month and that you're excited about what they are bringing. This is a month of thinking about reciprocity and balance. Also, I would say it's a month to celebrate something. You know, this is two people clinking glasses, like, you know what, we did this, celebration. So it could be that you tell people about something that you accomplish, really successful energy. I feel there's more successful energy in the next month. So major progress there. But also I feel, you know, this could be friends getting together, celebrating a friendship, like you've been together for a long time. And, you know, maybe it's like a monumental date there for you that you'll celebrate in April. Now, moving forward, and literally, we're moving forward. It says motion, air. So this is a big month for you. May is a big month for progress, okay? This is you like galloping forward. This is about you hitting a finish line on something, you know, either completing a project or seeing real evidence that you're making a mark or a difference in your world based on your dedication. Horses are all about progress, movement forward, about future results and changes that are successful. Trust the process. Things could be very busy in the month of May for you. I feel the pace is quickened. I feel things are gathering momentum. I'm also being given by my guides, you'll be celebrating a swift change. And for some of you, you could also be tying up loose ends this month. You're going on a quick trip or some sort of travel there or preparing for travel. I feel it could be that you're getting everything organized before taking travel, because I feel a lot of you could be traveling or there's like an official new beginning or new start for you as you move into June. But I feel there's a flurry of activity in May for you where you are super busy. Now, of course, it's a master number, 22 there, okay? So this is a big month for you, and I feel it's a big successful month for you as well, conquering anything that has been challenging. As you can see, there's very turbulent clouds there, and these horses are emerging unscathed. You've been through something and you're coming out the other side, whether it's emotional, whether it's something that you're conquering in terms of a fear or a mindset. You know, it could be about taking ownership of your, you know, inner thoughts. Sometimes we have to quieten the inner critic, and that's really hard to do. So it could be you kind of like realize that you are suddenly conquering something in this month. Also, my guides never really show me this, but they're drawing me to a little hot air balloon here. So either you're literally going on a hot air balloon, or it can indicate that things are rising for you, you know, that you've had the energy to lift something up that's going to be exciting. Everything about your yearly reading is about a trajectory where things are going up, things are getting better for you. Now, I want to address for some of you, because my guides just tapped me on my shoulder and said, P.S., if you're looking for a job, this is a great year. So, I mean, the job market is a little bit difficult. It's a bit volatile at the moment, as you know, but I feel a lot of you, if you are currently out of work when you're actually listening to this reading, I feel the end of January, there's going to be a flurry of activity, interviews, or getting things organized, maybe putting your resume out there. And I feel that you are offered something in the month of February, okay? I feel like you are, you know, really establishing yourself at something. And by the March period, I feel, you know, it's almost like you are really established. You're part of the family, or you're part of, you know, the industry that you work in. Everybody knows you. Everybody's drawn to you. They really like you. And I feel it's that they give you trust to sort of flourish in that role. And you may even like move to a new role as you come into the month of June. So it could be that you are either in a probation period and then you actually sign the contract and make it official after that probation period, or it could be that you're offered a promotion to, you know, a higher position because you're so good at what you do. I keep being given the word dedication, dedication, dedication. So, yeah, that's coming through there as well. And if you're an entrepreneur and you've been looking for new clients, I feel, you know, the big month really is, you know, February and March for you, where people are noticing what you're doing. You're getting more attention and more client base and more money there too. So moving on, back to May, shall we say. This card, as I said, is a master number. It's a big month for you. This is about being grounded in your plans. It's about you allowing yourself freedom of thought, be free to explore. You're moving forward as you choose. You know, this card literally means move and choose, move and choose. So you're very quick thinking in this month. I feel like, you know, you are finding freedom in that flow. You're being more confident. I feel you're being very resourceful in this month. You're standing up for what you believe in. You're being mindful in the way that you communicate your needs as well. And also, I feel like you are making major progress there too. I feel also you're allowing your mind to go to places that perhaps, you know, you couldn't do that before. And what I mean by that is, you know, you've created some sort of foundation, and it feels that you can now explore other opportunities, whether these are financial or whether these are in terms of landscapes. You have a lot of landscapes here, so I feel like you are shifting landscapes in your world. Not just talking about a home space. I feel some of you may even be thinking about where you feel like you belong in the world. Some of you may be thinking about migrating or maybe even being more nomadic. This is a big month for travel for you, but I feel it's almost like you're getting everything ready to travel. So whether it's a quick trip here and then a major one the next month, I feel like you're really on the move in the month of May, but it's progress. You know, I feel there's big success in this month. I also feel that, you know, you've got big success months here. I would say the cusp between February and March, big months for prosperity there. I would also say May is a big one too. And May and June actually really look great. And then a monumental one as you hit November. Something good happening in and around August as well for you. But I feel one of your biggest months are going to be June and November, okay? They're like the biggest ones. Yeah, Chariot card, you're on the move. You know, I feel like you're being really productive, you're ambitious, you are disciplined. I feel like you're dedicated to making progress, you're focused on your commitments, you're giving energy to whatever it is you're doing. This is a card of victory. So great news comes in this month, but I also feel great news comes in November as well. Now, the Chariot card is all about, you know, traveling forward or overcoming an obstacle and freeing yourself up. There may also be, you know, a freedom in a choice that you have. Can you have the best of both worlds? The answer is yes. I would say some of you may even purchase a new car in this month, or, you know, I feel some of you may put your car in to be serviced this month, or you are expecting things to like be more expensive than they actually end up being, for example. But the Chariot card is number 7, and that means a lucky move forward. Things are picking up pace. I feel like, you know, this could be a big month of adventure for you as well. Trying out something new, coming out of a comfort zone, something that you've never done before, that you discover you really love, and it energizes you. So I feel this is a great month for doing, you know, unpredictable things, let's put it that way, and feeling free. If you think about the nature of a horse, and it's no accident, you also got a card with a horse on it. Horses, even in the rune energy, you know, it means to move forward. Horses are like you're in the flow. You've got your eyes locked onto the finish line on something and you complete it. You're running towards something, and I feel that you are in pole position is what I just heard. So big month for you, that one. Also, I feel a lot of you will benefit from online businesses this year. That's what's coming through. I mean, most people will benefit from online businesses, but I feel you could be very busy in this month if you're launching something, or if you have launched something, and it's like loads of people are like coming towards you for that. Also, it could be that there's a buildup of projects during this month and you're just in the flow of making it happen. I don't see any pressure in and around this month. I feel like you're on top of things, but I do feel it's a very fast-paced month for you. Now, as we move into the month of June, we have beginnings. And it says they're east. Yeah, so I feel some of you could be going on this large vacation to somewhere in the east. You know, I mentioned those countries at the beginning there. It doesn't have to be those countries, but I feel I'm being drawn to the eastern part of the world, okay? But this card, it literally means new beginnings, okay? So I feel there's a playful side that's coming out to you. This is a fun month. I feel there's an energy of sociability, of, you know, doing things that really bring you joy, hobbies, really investing in yourself. But I feel there's this energy of like new you. So it could be that you are actually embracing a new style this month or changing your style in some way. If you're an artist, for example, it could be that you diversify or explore something new there. It could be a new project that you launch. You know, the steps are going up and there's a huge portal open up for you. So it could be something you're offered this month that, you know, the path is clear for you to explore it. And this card, it basically is number 3, which is Empress energy. So it's very lucrative financially. I will pull a card to see financially what's going on for you, but I feel things are like ticking over. I feel it's fluid. It's like you've removed a money block. I do see that you are increasing. I feel like you're focusing on your budgeting. I feel like you're saving. A lot of you are saving for a large purchase and you're going to remain on target with that is what I see. But alternative opportunities are opening up for you as well. So it could be that you have a new idea and you're like racing forward on something. I mean, the previous month, it could mean that you complete a task or a project and now you're on to the next. Could also be that you're renovating your home and suddenly, you know, you complete that and it feels really fresh. It's a brand new environment and it just feels smoother to sit in and it just feels calmer to be in there as well. But this card, you know, it indicates that you're finally letting go of the old and you're embracing the new. So you're flowing forward and there's an energy of no heaviness here. So I feel like you're being called to really kind of like not resist a change round about this time, because I feel it's going to be very beneficial for you. As I said, it's number 3, which is Empress energy, and it indicates, you know, prosperity. It indicates that you're seeing payoffs and new opportunities, doors that perhaps have been locked for years are opening up for you. This could also mean, you know, that some of you are literally, you know, relocating. Could be that you're moving home finally. You got the keys earlier on. Everything is finalized and you are bringing all the boxes in and it feels like chaos. Perhaps this is the month where all the chaos is happening. Boxes that are full, boxes that are empty. And then suddenly you put everything away, compartmentalize everything, and it's like you're settled. Okay, it's a brand new start. For some of you, it could be that you're actually migrating a business or you're relocating, or could be that some of you, you're thinking about retiring this year. Could be that, you know, you're in a flurry of activity. You're excited that this year is the year that you've decided to retire. And, you know, finally it comes to a close and you have a fresh new start. And it's now about honoring your time, deepening your faith, deepening your belief system, connecting to your sense of purpose, and really owning your time and enjoying being free in the energy. If you're already retired, it could be that some of you, if you've got a holiday home or a base somewhere else, and if you haven't, it could be something you're aspiring to. But if it is, it could be that you feel that there's a flurry of activity. You're back and forth, seeing friends, family, but also honoring your own time as you travel. So I feel there's a lot of activity this year, whether you're retired or not. And I feel there's a fresh new start here available for you in June. Now, it could also indicate that you start something new. It doesn't have to be a job or anything like that. It can be that you have a new perspective. It can be that you start like, you know, a new routine. Sometimes, you know, if you think about whenever we are reshaping our bodies, if we go to the gym and we focus on like our arms, lifting weights, and we're like seeing the evidence that things are working, the body gets to a certain plateau and it says, okay, this has been working, but now we've hit a level. Right? You need to shake it up a little bit, try something new. So it could be that, you know, you've been maintaining and sustaining something. I'm not saying down the gym. I'm just saying something in your life. You're maintaining it, you're sustaining it, and now you've hit a plateau. And now you're asking, what's next? How do I build upon this? Could be, you know, a financial endeavor as well. Whatever it is, it feels like an opportunity for you to increase. So let's just pull a card on that. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? We have the High Priestess. Okay, so this is your belief system. You know, for some of you, this could be that you are connecting to your higher self. It could be that you are having a breakthrough. You reach a higher level of attainment in the month of June, where you just feel really clear about the path you're on and you feel really confident in that, because for some of you, it could have been that you've been feeling a bit lost recently. Even though you have goals and you know the things that society says you should be doing, it could be that you're feeling a bit lost and suddenly you discover you know, a brand new you, or you discover a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. This card can also indicate that you're a little bit cautious about a new beginning on something, but I feel the answers are within you. You've got this, and I feel like you really flourish and thrive wherever this new place is, whether it's a new mindset, whether it's a new job, whether it's a new position, or a new stage of life. I feel it gives you life, whatever this is in the month of June. Now, I'm just going to pull a quick card on that. For some of you, it could also be that, you know, new wisdom joins you. It could be that in silence comes wisdom. So it could be that you suddenly discover more about yourself, or something that you've been contemplating, ruminating on. For some of you, it could also be that you reach a new level in some sort of education that you're putting yourself through. It could be that you reach the next level, or you actually complete something and now you're fresh and out there. It could be that you're getting a qualification, certification, and now you're out there looking for a job that matches your skill set and the money that you require. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the Five of Swords there, and we've got the Three of Wands. This can indicate that sometimes we get a bit cautious, or we feel a bit of doubt. You know, this can be analysis paralysis there, especially when new horizons are appearing for us. Three of Wands is a new horizon. It's like, what's next? So it really connects to the card that you've got there. So this indicates new opportunities. Three of Wands indicates you're on the right path. New opportunities are appearing for you. You're connected to your heart's desires. There's an expansion here. So this is a big month to expand on whatever it is that you're doing, but it feels like a fresh approach, or a new way to revamp or revitalize it. When you get this card, good things are coming. You're making good choices, and you're in harmony with your heart's desire. But whenever we feel that things are going well, suddenly, swords, you know, the mind kicks in, and we start to almost like, not self-sabotage, but sometimes we doubt the process. But also, I have to honor the fact that with the new beginnings there, the Five of Swords can indicate that someone feels a little bit left out, or they may say something hurtful in this month because you're thriving and doing really well. It's like they try to win at all costs because they're not fully happy with themselves, so they're projecting their energy. So just watch out for that with that energy there. Fives are conflict energy, and swords can indicate there's a little bit of pressure on you there as well. You know, it can indicate that you're putting a little bit of pressure on yourself to create something new, or to actually move forward and launch something. You're coming out of a comfort zone for sure in that month, and it can indicate that suddenly you feel, well, what if I fail, or what if it doesn't go the way you hope for? And this can be a period where you feel like extra pressure, or just a lot on your mind, shall we say. Now, as you can see, there is an energy that some of you may be wanting to do something for you that is new, it's bold, it's daring, and it may not sit well with some of your friends or family, for example. And if you're having a fresh new start, for example, I'm just giving you an example here. Please apply it to your own personal situation. Not everybody's going to be in this position. So it could be that, you know, you've lived in a certain country, a certain town for a long time. Perhaps you've raised a family there. Your children are grown up, and suddenly you announce to your children, I love you. You know, I'll always come back to this place, but actually I want to move abroad. I want to go and spend my time in the sun by the beach, doing something else somewhere else. And they're all really happy for you that you want to go off and retire somewhere else, you know, and have a different scenery, different mindset, different opportunities. But it could cause a little bit of chaos, or it could cause, you know, a little bit of sadness there. So the Five of Swords, it can be that, you know, you're always going to be the bad person in someone's story, because they're like, well, you can't go, Mom. You know, I really love the fact that you're around, and or Dad. It can be that, you know, I really love the fact that you're around. You've always been in this house. It just feels like things are changing, and I don't like change. And, you know, I love the fact that you come over for barbecues, or I come over to your house with the kids, and, you know, that's all going to change. It's kind of like going to shake up my routine. I rely on you being there, or having routine, or, you know, I love it when you look after the kids, and me and my partner can go away. Whatever it is, it can indicate that you're kind of like taking back your time and saying, you know, I love doing all of those things. And when I'm here, I'll absolutely still do those things. But you know what? I'm going to spend 6 months somewhere else right now. It doesn't have to be that. It can also be that you're doing something that, you know, benefits you, maybe traveling for work, maybe relocating or something, and change is afoot. And people around you may be like, oh, okay, I kind of like you in that little box where, you know, it's comfortable, it's the same. You're changing the routine or you're changing something, and it could set people feeling a little bit nervous or anxious. And this is when people's fears come to the surface, or they say things that they don't mean, because we should all take ownership of what we say, you know, out loud to other people. But it could be that someone tries to be emotionally cutting to make you either do something that they expect you to do or want you to do, because it keeps things at the same level. You know, like when you're really successful, for example, they always say that your friendship group, it starts to dwindle, because people, you know, they look at success and it changes people. Doesn't mean you're changing. It means people around you are feeling that you are glowing up and outgrowing them. So they start to think about the things that perhaps they're not achieving in their life, and they start to distance themselves, or they feel, you know, scared or nervous. And, you know, I feel there's an energy here where some of you may have to have a conversation about something that you're expanding on that's going to be really beneficial for you, that's connected to your heart's desire. People are not going to understand it, or people may not, you know, really want you to do it. But I would say just be a little bit mindful of sabotage, especially when someone makes a comment and says something to keep you in your lane. You know, you're capable of changing lanes at any point. And I feel they may not at heart mean it. I feel it's coming from their fears. So just watch out that month. I feel like you're doing something really great for you, and it could put a fly in the ointment for someone else. But that sounds like a them problem. You're doing things for your own life, okay? Now, of course, whatever it is you're launching in the month of June, or starting, which is fresh, you know, this is you living your passion. This is about you fully in the flow, letting it all out. This card, it's July. It says the soul, passion. You know, I love that. This is about your vision taking shape. You're putting it out there. You know, it could also be that you're launching something new. That Five of Swords could have been fear. You know, it could have been that you've got a lot on your mind. You're about to launch a brand new style, or a brand new vision, or a brand new product or something, or a new lifestyle change, and you're worried. You don't know how it's going to go. But I can tell you, however it's going to go in July, you're going to love it. It feels like you're fully in the flow of following your passions and living your life. This card, you know, this is a card of change. I mean, it is number 14, which is the temperance energy, which connects to your sense of purpose. It's about being patient. It's about connecting to your priorities. It's about knowing that you're making a difference and making an impact. You're making progress. It doesn't always have to be like this speedy, like progress. It's a measured progress, which is sustainable. I feel like you're investing in yourself. I feel like you're secure in all your decisions. And I feel, you know, there's an energy here where you cry tears of joy. You know, you're proud of everything that you are accomplishing. You're doing a really great job with the resources that you've got there. Now, of course, it is number 14, and this card, it literally means that you're reigniting that spark. What is it that sparks your soul? What is it that lights you up? The divine energy within you. You know, this is about you considering your motivations really carefully and not resisting change. It's about being honest with yourself, and it's about acknowledging that sometimes we all have more than one purpose. And it's about having the passion to make you feel more alive. And I really feel that lust for life is returning there as well. Lots of butterflies in this card, big change month for you. So it can be that you are settling in with the changes that you made with the previous month, but you're going to love it. It just feels like you are really on top of things, and there's some sort of reward that's connected to your vision of whatever it is that you wanted to achieve there, okay? Now, of course, I feel this year you are leading with passion. I feel like you're living a purposeful life. Whatever it is that you do doesn't have to be connected to a job or money or family. It's this sense of purpose and, you know, making a difference. And a lot of you could do some charity work during this month as well, because the world is in the eye. I mean, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and there's a lot of beauty in the world to be seen, but sometimes we're under a lot of pressure and we're really busy and we don't see it. I feel this is a month where you may take stock, you know, smell the roses a little bit. I also feel some of you keeping an eye on what's going on in the world. I did mention July and August. There could be something that you bear in mind regarding the world, which also creates some tears in empathy, okay? Because as you can see, we've got the world there. I did mention July and August, something going on there in terms of global events. So it could be something that you feel is something to keep an eye on, literally, that transforms things. Could be transforming trade links or transforming, energy levels, because, you know, gas, oil, that sort of thing. That's going to be a hot topic this year as well. There's going to be a lot of shutdown on things like that, so we will see that. So it may impact infrastructure. I've mentioned all of those things already, but I feel there could be something worldly that you keep an eye on there with. But I feel it doesn't directly affect you. It's more like you witnessing something and kind of feeling the empathy of like, oh my gosh, I need to do my bit. So there could be some charity work there, or you may give some money to a cause that you believe in that makes the world a better place. And I feel that's what you're trying to do, make the world a better place. This is a good luck month for you personally. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Of course, this is about like acknowledging that sometimes life is up and down, right? Cycles of change. That's literally you changing lanes during this period in your year. But it's very auspicious. And, you know, there's two cards here. Look at your synchronicities. Both cards have an eye right in the center. So this could be a monumental moment where you really break open that third eye if you've been working on developing your skill set. But also this is a month to focus on your eyes. So it could literally be something like eye appointments, maybe new prescription glasses, for example. Could also be that you're noticing a change in your eyes for the better because it is a Wheel of Fortune. Could be that you are like taking something out of your diet that perhaps has limited, you know, eye pressure, or, you know, increased something that was negative there. I feel like this is a good month for you in terms of eyes, but also I feel there's an energy here as well where I feel like you're on top of things. I feel there's an energy of you taking more risks, but calculated ones. I feel like you're seeing your vision like really kind of unfold in front of you, and it's a great month to acknowledge that. As I said, you cried tears of joy this month. So, you know, a gamble pays off, or there's a lucky break in this month, and you're like, yes, I feel like you're so grateful to the universe this month as well. Now, of course, this card can indicate fate. Okay, so something fated happens that makes you feel everything is connected, everything happens for a reason, so it is super positive. But also I feel this is about getting to the heart of things, really seeing that, you know, everything is connected to the heart and to the mind, that your world, it starts with that spark, that seed, that idea, and then your vision becomes your reality. As you can see, that eye is like the vision of the world, and it's like, what do you visualize your world to be? What changes are necessary to help you discover the missing ingredients and see life running as smoothly as you wish? This is about you being connected to the cosmos. Lots of fated events during this time in this month, and I'm gonna pull one card more, but I feel it's a pretty positive month. Let's see if there's anything to look out for there. I feel some of you could also break a pattern or cycle finally in that month. Yeah, big celebration. 4 of Wands energy. I mean, for some of you, you could be invited to a friend's wedding, for example, and, you know, you cry tears of joy that someone is finally getting married there, or maybe someone in your family is getting married. Maybe you yourself is like renewing your vows, for example, if you're already in a relationship with someone, or it could be a reunion energy there. This is a card where it's like you did it. This is a card of celebration. It's a creative phase for you. It indicates harmony in relationships. Things are good for you in this month. You're spending good quality time with good people, and you're making magic in your life, and magic comes from within and it comes out of you. So I feel this is a milestone month for you. Good news coming there, something that perhaps you were prepared for or you had to prepare for. There's peace of mind there. Everything is in harmony, and I feel like, you know, you're at peace, that, you know, you're doing quite well in that month. Now, I do feel you may be a little bit more sociable in that month as well. Lots of people coming together. Four Wands tells me there's lots of events. So it could be that you go to like, festivals or feast dates, celebrations. There's lots of celebrations around you there, going out there having fun. But also as we move into August, we've got the core card. So that indicates protection. You're back in your sort of like a bat cave, shall we say, where you're focusing on being diligent with your plans. I feel like you're coming back to your center, really grounding yourself, coming back to the ideas, protecting your ideas. So it feels very much like you've accomplished something and now you're maintaining it, you're protecting it, okay? You're making sure that it runs smoothly. This could be, as I said, a promotion, raise, or maybe even some health news that comes out, and now you're just maintaining it and protecting yourself there as well. Now, of course, this could be a month where you are focusing on new visions for the future. Number 17 is a star energy, which means a very inspiring month. As you can see, it's the core of the vision. Whatever it is that you feel is important to you, you're protecting it at this time. Your family, your friends, your ideas. I would say copyright any inventions or copyright any ideas or products or images, patent anything. Very important to protect your status. This is also about protecting your role if you're in a job, is what I see there too. Very busy month, even though it's a very insular month. There's lots of bees there, which means very productive. You're on top of things. Bees, of course, they create things that are sweet, rewards as well. So, this card, it literally is number 17, which can also indicate a very sort of detoxifying month as well. After going out and about, it feels like you get back to your routines in the month of August. Now, some of you may also get more in nature during August. There may be some times where you're going out to events or outside marketplaces, things like that, or things that pop up in the neighborhood is what I'm being given. I'm just going to clarify with this card. That card in particular, it literally means that you're loved, that you're protected in all your endeavors. So if you've got this deck at home, that's literally what this card means. It's about knowing yourself, knowing that you're doing a good job, taking silent time, for your mental health, for example. Retreating into periods of extreme hard work must be balanced out with positive alone time, maybe even enhanced by the vibrations of nature. So getting out there, really feeling that everything that's been compartmentalized is now coming full circle. There's a lot of kind of like world energy, or kind of like being in your own bubble, focusing on your world and doing things that are going to benefit you, solidify things, protect things. And it's accompanied by the Empress. So again, this indicates, your hard work is bearing fruit. You keep seeing evidence of things working or flourishing from you. You're going from strength to strength. You started with that plan and now it is, ripe for the picking. This card is all about your commitments to making your health a priority, but also transforming your life and not remaining stagnant, honoring your own needs. I feel also there is an energy here. If you are a parent, it could be that you are perhaps like really proud of your child. They do something that you feel deserves reward, or I feel, you are kind of like really proud of them. That's coming out there as well. There's also this energy that we've got like a little snail there, okay? And also there's lots of bees. So what I'm being given, especially if you're a parent, it could be that, something that takes a certain pace for your child to accomplish, they do it quicker than usual. So it could be that, you have a super intelligent child and they actually accomplish something quicker than everybody else, or they go to the next level quicker than, other children. Perhaps, they master something quicker. It could be that they're playing an instrument and suddenly they like jump a couple of levels because they're so good. There's something about children in and around this month. It could even be someone who's connected to your family. Okay, that's if you don't have children, for example, that's coming out there too. But this is a very productive month. This is where, you may withdraw into self to be more creative. Definitely you're focusing on your projects, your goals. Empress energy is all about you being super talented, protecting your talent. That's why I said, really copyright or patent your work there as well. Now, it's interesting because it feels like busy year, and then you're starting to kind of like not decrease in energy, I don't see that at all, but it's almost like you are kind of like coming to a plateau period in your year. As you move into September, we've got silence, snow. Some of you may literally go off grid during this month, but it almost feels like it's a natural kind of gradual, like you're going into your own shell to focus on something. So this could be, you know, putting your out of office on. Could be that you are going on a vacation, you're protecting your privacy, or you're protecting your alone time, your family time. So, for example, if you work in an industry where you go off for a vacation, they always are connecting to you or sending you mail or, you know, trying to call you and say, oh, do you know about this? I feel like you may literally be like, no, I am not accessible. You are literally taking time out. And this could also be that you are focusing on something that's important to you. I mean, as you can see, there's a little bunny there in the background. Rabbits tend to represent wealth. So it could indicate that, you know, the money that's been increasing throughout the year that you've been saving, it's almost like you've hit a plateau. You've got to a certain level and you're freezing it at that level. Okay. I do feel there's an energy where the rest of the months, it could be that money that you earn is used for other things like bills or purchases or gifting, something like that. It feels like money kind of plateaus. There is a small something in November. Don't get me wrong, I'll get to that in a moment. But the snow energy indicates, you know, a period of dormancy or things being put on hold. So you could see some things kind of like, and this could be services, delays. I don't like to give that message, but it could be delays there, or it could be things being put on hold in that month for you. But this card, in terms of your personal energy, it's number 34. When you reduce it, 3 plus 4 is 7. So 7 is about moving forward. It's about ambition. But the snow indicates there may be something that, you know, is at odds with your energy, that you want to go fast, but you're being paused. Listen to the pause. The universe always gives us the energy we need. And if it feels too hard or pushing it, or it feels like there's a resistance there, I feel it's about honoring the fact that there's a resistance for a reason. The universe is saying, take a pause, think about it, you know, freeze that out, or don't connect to that at this time. You know, really be deep in thought about what's important for you before you rush into something. You know, it's like slow down the pace there. So some of you may actually literally, as I said, go off grid during this time, or blend in with the background to focus on your finances, or just maintain things. You know, rabbits, they do multiply wealth. So it could be that this is a period of like keeping things at a certain level and kind of brainstorming new ideas to increase wealth later on, either for next year, 26, or, you know, a little bit later on at the end of 2025. Now this card, you know, it literally means allow yourself to soften. Okay, as you can see, this is a big old conker right there. Lots of different spiky bits. Okay, so this could be that you are a little bit extra sensitive in this month. It could indicate that you feel a little bit defensive about something. Nothing particular came up there, but because we had the Empress energy, I'm just going to put it out there. You know, I'm always saying that I'm as old as the trees themselves. Whenever anyone asks me my age, I'm like, well, that's really none of your business, okay? Unless it's a form that I need to fill out for something in particular, you don't need to be asking me that question, right? I don't ask you that. Don't ask me that. So it could be that for some of you, not all of you, it could be that you're asked something that is sensitive, or that you feel actually that's overstepping a mark. You don't need to know that. You know, it's like protective energy. It doesn't have to be about age. I was only saying about the Empress energy that, you know, that would be something to do with me as I come to terms with getting older. I love that. I mean, I'm given the luxury of getting older. I'm so grateful to be here. But, you know, sometimes we have a certain relationship with what that means in society to get older, hopefully wiser. But it's like you could feel a bit protective about something, but it could be something that's personal to you, because as you can see there, and I missed that energy, but this card is giving me that energy to reflect on. So it could be that comment makes you feel a bit vulnerable, or you think, you cheeky so-and-so, how dare you ask me that question or say that to me. It could be a very protective energy, or it could be that you meet a new person and you're feeling that you don't really know how to take this person. You're feeling a little bit like, you know what, keep it at a distance there. You know, you're in a protective energy, but this card says allow yourself to soften. Okay, so, you know, snow and ice, quite hard. So it could be that there's a conflict or something there, or something that you feel a bit defensive about in August, but you kind of soften on it, okay? Not that you give the person the benefit of the doubt. I feel whatever the situation is, because it's going to be different for everybody, I feel like you see it from a new perspective, and this person maybe clarifies, to clear the air, because I really feel a fresh new air. It feels like clearing the air on something. So that's something to be mindful of there as well. Now, also, this card can indicate that we don't always need to express our opinion or say what comes to mind. Sometimes we can just think it and keep it to ourselves. But I feel you're looking at that from a different perspective. I feel like you're choosing your words super carefully. I feel like you're observing something at this time. You're keeping your eye on something, and you may be documenting information, or maybe in stealth mode, like witnessing something, that perhaps you're just putting it on ice for later to use. So whatever that is, for example, and I don't see anything untoward here, but I'm just giving you an example because it just come to my attention in the energy. Could be that perhaps you run a shop. Perhaps you, have your own retail business. You're really proud of that and you're doing really well. But you've noticed recently that you've hired someone new and things are a little bit off. They don't make sense or something like that. You may be keeping your eye on like the books or the person, or thinking, just going to keep my eye on that. And I'm just giving you that as an example. I don't see anything negative or untoward here, but I'm just highlighting that perhaps something may not make sense, and you want to just keep your eye on it. This could be something global. It could be something you're like, hang on a minute. I mean, I think there's a lot of those incidences that have occurred over the last couple of years where you're like, hang on a minute, let me just think about that. So I feel like this is about you digging a little bit deeper, observing something, and putting it on the back burner for you to, wait until you've got the information on it. It's like being informed on something there. But as you can see, for some of you, there may literally be some very unseasonal weather during this month as well. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a card on that. Silence can indicate that, you don't have much communication going on in that month, or perhaps you don't speak to someone that you normally speak to, or perhaps some of you may go on a silent retreat during this period, okay? I have to honor all energies there, but I feel there's also this energy of stealth mode, Sometimes when you're in a group of people, if the loudest person in the room is saying all the things that they know, they don't allow anyone else to speak. And therefore, they will always just know what they know because they're too busy talking about what they know. They never give anyone else a platform to speak. So therefore, there's no new information coming towards them. And I feel this month for you is about sitting in silence or observing something or spending your time in groups of people, but paying attention and listening. So it could be that you're going to like a seminar, for example, and you have a lot of knowledge in that area, but you're not going to be speaking because you want to absorb new knowledge or you want to find out new things from different people. So you're just witnessing, you're just listening, and you are wanting to build upon what you've got, but you actually just want to sit in silence and observe or absorb, let's put it that way. So, we have the High Priestess, which is mute, actually, does not speak. So that's really interesting. And the Empress energy can indicate that it's something that is beneficial for you, informs you, helps you grow. Perhaps some of you, as I said, silent retreat. Could be you're going to something like that. Or it could be that you are, doing something really creative and productive that you're not telling anyone about during this month, or it's something really exciting, whatever it is, because the Empress is there, which means it benefits you, it's healthy for you, and it's about you kind of getting to know yourself. Some of you, it could be that you're literally sitting in silence, and during your alone time, you're actually just not speaking. You're just seeing what comes up for you, blending in with the background, just to see who reaches out, maybe, just to see who's got your back. So it could be a month where you feel that you need to test things. Maybe someone has said something you feel a bit defensive about. It doesn't have to be a rude comment. It can be something that you think, you know what, actually, I'm just going to step back. Maybe you've always been stepping forward, so now you're stepping back and witnessing, observing who comes to you in your silence. The closest people to us, our silence speaks volumes. So you're witnessing who comes forward in your silence. something to think about during that month. As we move into the month of October there, fluidity. Now this is actually a word I wrote down for you for your year ahead, okay? You know, I can prove it because it's over here. I literally wrote it down. I don't mention anything unless it comes up in your reading. I'm just going to show you. Okay, you know, please ignore my writing, because when I'm in the flow of connecting to visions and energy, my writing is atrocious. It's like a spider fell in a pot of ink and then kind of rolled and kind of crawled over across the page. But as you can see, you probably can't see actually, it says fluidity right there, fluidity. Okay, I also wrote down detox, cleanse. So yeah, you have a lot of that. This is a very cleansing card. Okay, and yeah, pressure, transforming pressure. So actually, yeah, that's all the cards that you actually got. Okay, releasing it, not allowing things to build up. Maybe that's what the I is there. It's like letting it all flow out, not holding on to anything. But this card, it says outer core. So you've gone from the inner core to the outer core now. So whatever is insular, whatever is solid and true within you is now reflected in your outside circumstances. So really great month to see things being reflected back at you. All the things that you've been working on inside of yourself, but also outside of yourself, you're seeing a true reflection of how things are in the flow for you. As you can see, this figure is confident, bold, and daring. And also something really interesting. Very bold and daring and confident in this kind of vulnerability, saying, this is me in my authentic form. So I feel a lot of you, this is about you showing up for yourself and being confident that being more open, you know, to either vulnerable conversations or open to love or open to opportunity actually helps you be more in the flow. Now, this card, it's number 12, which is Hangman energy, so new perspectives really inform this way of life. This card indicates that you're fluid in your thinking, you're not holding on to old ideas, you're not being rigid, you've promised yourself that you're going to be flexible this year, and I feel like you really are. I feel like it's healthy body, mind, and soul for this year. And I feel like also there's an energy here of you feeling confident in your own skin and, you know, really kind of like seeing a transformation. I actually see that you look a lot younger than you are. That's coming out there as well. But let's clarify this. This could also be a big water month for you. Some of you may actually spend time by the ocean. But also it could be that you are keeping on top of your hydration levels. Yeah, Hangman energy. Not surprised because it's number 12, which is Hangman energy. I mentioned that. So this can be that, you know, higher perspectives, looking at the sacrifices that you've made and seeing how, you know, confident you have become and how well things are going. The Hangman energy also is, of course, connected to Neptune, which is a very watery energy. And it's about, you know, releasing. It's about cleansing. And it's about surrendering to the process, you know. This is about saying, I trust the process. This is as I am. So I feel like you're walking forward in all your glory and having confidence. Now, the Hangman also can indicate that it's a slower pace month. Perhaps some of you are turning your life upside down in this month, trialing new things, very explorative in your energy. I mean, this card literally means relax, okay? Get a new perspective. The Hangman literally pulls himself on the tree of life in order to get that new perspective. And he's putting, normally in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, he's putting himself away from the city. You know, it can be that he is kind of like, let me just get the card there for you. There's an energy of turning your back on something, perhaps it's been really busy because you're taking some time out to be by the ocean or be by the sea. This could be like a big vacational period for you. Oh, okay. I've got another one where the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Hangman, I'll get it for you. I'll probably have to take a picture of it later on. It's based on the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, and, you know, the Hangman, the city is behind him as a cityscape, and, you know, he is turning his back on that sort of busy time because he wants more time to reflect on connecting to inner wisdom, but also seeking new knowledge. So I feel some of you, this could be some relaxing time literally by the ocean, for example, or this is new knowledge. The Hangman is about absorbing new wisdom or having lots of downloads there that inform your life in some way. I mean, also, this could be a great month to notice that your quality of sleep has improved as well. But also, if you think about the nature of the bat, it's about intuition. Symbolically, it's about intuition increasing there as well. And if you are trying to learn how to scry, for example, I feel that this could be a big month for you to have a breakthrough on your visions during that time as well. I'm just going to pull a quick card on that one. The Hangman is kind of like a suspended energy. As I said, something is slowing down at the end of the year in these 2 months for you. There is a different pace. So it could be that there's a bit of waiting there, or, a bit of suspended energy where you get back into the flow of things. We've got the Chariot card and the Five of Pentacles. So as I said, I think I said in the month before, your money kind of plateaus. So some of you with the Five of Pentacles, you may be a little bit nervous that your money has plateaued, especially if you're an entrepreneur and your money tends to fluctuate month by month. It could mean that it's plateaued to a certain amount and you're finding it hard to break through that next sort of barrier. I feel is plateaued for a reason. So I feel it's important to acknowledge that it will pick up pace again, but sometimes things need to plateau, or something happens where things just, dip a little bit. Or I don't feel it's like lack of money. I feel it's something that you feel that perhaps you'd like more of, or that you feel like you don't have right now. This is always like the missing ingredient. The stained glass window is like a place of sanctuary. And it could mean that you're literally, going to a place of sanctuary because you feel depleted in your energy. This is an indication that you need to slow down, or this is take stock of things and slow your pace. So it could be that, you feel a bit depleted round about this time, but you recharge your batteries in some way. But also it could indicate that you've been so busy, especially with that Chariot card, you've been so busy throughout the year that you pick up a seasonal unwellness there. It could be a cold or something. So just watch out for that. I feel this is about nourishing yourself, cleansing, detoxifying, and keeping on target. But I also feel like the Five of Pentacles is like, it can be a period where there's lack of something. As I said, services may grind to a halt, or there's a lack of a product, or things are suspended during this time. And, then they pick up pace. So it's almost like you move out. Like if you think about the nature of something that's frozen, then it thaws out and it becomes fluid again. So I really feel these two cards are reflecting the fact that something is a struggle, or something is a little bit challenging in this month in particular, which is the month of September, but then you move away from it, or you overcome the obstacle of it. It could also be a tight month regarding a car, for example, in September. Maybe there's a payment you have to make on it, but you replenish. I feel like you replenish your resources there as well, okay? I also feel in the month of October, there's some good news. There is a victory news there as well. Something you committed yourself to. I feel the success around that, but it actually opens new doors for you as well. I almost want to say, I've arrived. Okay, so it could be that you reach a destination point. It doesn't have to be a physical destination like a country or a place. It can be, a measure of where you feel like you're at. It's like you've arrived, okay? It was a bit of a struggle. Even though you battled with the energies, things seem to get a little bit solid and stuck, or there was a juxtaposing energy. You fought through that and you got through it and you win. You break through to the other side, okay? Now, as we move into November, this is a big month for you, okay? I feel a great month in terms of energy, but I feel it's a transformative one for you. November, it's number 1, which is Magician energy. Manifestations, focus, but also, connecting to your sense of purpose. It says here, expansion north. So I want you to be aware, just before we have a major breakthrough on pretty much anything in our lives, it tends to plateau or become chaotic. Even if you are trying to, go on a diet, for example, and eat healthily, you'll have that temptation period and things feel a bit chaotic. You have a little whisper. It's like, okay, just one, it'll be fine. But you have to fight through that, and you have to like break through to the other side. Same with if you are, doing an exercise routine. You get to a certain plateau and then it's not working. And you're like, well, why isn't it working? It was working before. But then suddenly you have a breakthrough moment, or when you're about to be so successful, things seem to go against you. It's almost like the tide feels like it's against you. But I feel as you like move into the month before, as you can see, the tide is like making a splash, or like the tide is kind of starting to become with you. And I feel then the waters are calmer. Suddenly the path is totally clear. Suddenly you're moving forward with grace. And it just feels easy. So there's a real breakthrough happening here for you. It says expansion north, and of course this is about being guided by your inner compass, but it's about you being focused and honest and what you need to overcome any obstacles. It's about you making a brand new pace for yourself, seeing progress, knowing what you know, in terms of your destination, where you want to end up. It feels like you get there, and I feel like you're being bold and daring about those steps. And I feel this is about you fully in the flow of your purpose and being open to true adventure. Big adventurous month for you there. And as you can see, there is a lighthouse there. So it's almost like you finally find where you feel like you belong, or, even though things have been challenging, because if you think about the nature of a lighthouse, it is to warn ships against potential rocks or the surface that could be kind of like less deep, shall we say, than other surfaces. It's like it's right in the center and the path is completely clear. So you have, plain sailing to whatever it is that is your goal. I feel this is also about conquering your emotions as well on a more sort of like personal level there. Now, let me just pull a card on this, because I feel this is about you being completely on course. Okay, thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. We have the Magician. Please pay close attention to your numerical synchronicity. Everything happens for a reason. My guides give you each card because they are meant to solidify what is to occur for you in the year ahead. It's number 1. And you got number 1. I mean, both of them together, nice little 11 there. So it can be that you're completely on the right path and you just feel like you've done a good job. The Magician card indicates you're focused, you're creative, you're making things happen, you're reshaping your landscape, you're actually, diligent and taking action. The Magician card indicates you have all the tools and resources available to you for what you need. So, more money. I feel more money coming in this month for you somehow, whether it's you launching a new endeavor or your acquisitions increase. The Magician card can indicate that you're in control of things. We fight our energy throughout the year, always, and we try to remain in control, but you're fully in control in the month of November. And I really feel that this is a very potent month, very magical month here for manifesting, for connecting to the things that you really want, really displaying your latent talents, steering clear of any manipulation or any power plays there. I feel the Magician card indicates that you've got this, that you've had the intelligence to make things happen, you've had the energy, the skill set, and you are right on target. The Magician card, it's reminding me right now of, the kings and queens that they always say in history, they always had like a magician, or they had a seer, or they had like, someone who gave them prophecies. It's almost like, your inner compass was that accompaniment to your progress. It's almost like, you saw the way and you acted accordingly. You saw opportunities and you grabbed them with both hands. It feels very much like instinctive energy where you informed yourself before you yourself took action. I just feel, for some of you, you may also get like, because I was given that energy, some of you may actually get a tarot reading in this month, or you may actually meet someone who is a seer who gives you a very potent piece of information for your journey. It's an action card, so I feel like you're taking action on something and it just feels like it's right. It just feels like it's easier there for you as well, okay? I would say expect good news in this month. I feel like you're super focused, you're creative, you're turning your visions into reality, and you're inspired, okay? Now, as you leave the year. This is December, of course, and it says here cleansing storms. So this can indicate that you are clearing space for a new year ahead, 2026. So I feel this is an energy here of you being on solid ground, as you can see. Everything that you've accomplished, you know, it's like you have your world in the palm of your hand. You're in control. And, you know, there is solid ground there. So you are secure. You're solid. Yes, storms, they come and go. They pass in life. We all go through them. But I feel like you've been utilizing the energy of a storm, the lightning bolts, to clear the air, to keep things fluid, to keep things fresh, you know, reach a new level of attainment. And, you know, I feel that any challenges that you've experienced, it was to clear space so that you could actually move forward with ease. Now, this card is number 23. When you reduce it, 2 plus 3, of course, is 5, which is the card of challenge. So it can be that you're looking at the challenges you experience because, of course, life is not without challenge. But I feel like you have a lot of good things here that are coming towards you that are successful, great news. And I feel like you're dealing with any problems with solutions immediately. But this card can indicate sometimes we require a lot of energy in order to blow away whatever it is we don't need anymore. It can indicate that, you know, you've made some drastic changes in 2025, but you've cleansed your body, mind, and soul. You've let go of a lot of things that you don't need. You've been very specific in what you wanted to release. And this could also be that you're setting new intentions for the year ahead, you know, burning away the excess, simplifying your life, and being open to what is to come. So I feel, you know, the month of December is like release, breath of fresh air. You made it to the end of the year. You've accomplished a lot. There's been a lot of growth there, as you can see in that card. This figure is standing there and, you know, witnessing nature in all its glory to transform the landscape and work with the energies. I'm just going to pull a card, Wheel of Fortune. So fortunate turn of events, you know, sometimes, and I'm just being given this energy, I don't see anything negative here for you, but sometimes good luck can come in disguised as something that seems like a setback. Okay, and again, I don't see any setback. If there was ever be a setback in your year, I would say it could be in September. But you come out of this, you work it, and you're flexible, and you make it work for you. So I feel there's an energy here of you turned your life around. You saw things that you really wanted to accomplish, and you made it happen. You took some risks. You know, I feel there's some really great news in this month as well, in December for you. It's not all finished there. I feel some of you could get a bonus, for example, in this month. I feel you could get some sort of acknowledgement where you're seen, truly appreciated for who you are and everything that you've done in your life there. You know, it's number 10, which is a very important number of endings and beginnings. So it means that you are acknowledging it's the end of the year and you're open to a new beginning. And it's going to be a great 2026 for you as well. I feel this card indicates you realize there was some ups and downs. You know, that you saw it through to the end, whatever you've dedicated yourself to, and your visions became reality. And I feel like you've had a lot of good luck in 2025. So I'm quite excited about that too. I just put one more card before we close your reading. Thank you so much for guides, guardian angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? Anything more? I want to see if there's anything about December that really stands out. Fast-paced month, you're going to be very busy. I feel like, you know, this card always means that you're cutting things out. So it could be that you're setting new intentions. This card can indicate that you're a warrior. You took 2025 by the horns and you conquered it. It can indicate that you're taking action in December. There's news rushing in. I feel like, you know, you've made an impact in your world. And I feel like you have a brilliant mind and you're setting new intentions for 2026. Also, some of you may need to make a decision on this month. I would say there's also some lifestyle changes that you may be contemplating for the year ahead, but they may start in December as well. I feel also you'll have to make quick decisions in the month of December. I feel there's a flurry of activity in this particular month, but also I feel like you're responding differently. You're broadening your horizon. I feel like you want new things, fresh new starts, and I feel like things are working out on a positive level for your highest good. So I feel 2025 is going to be pretty positive for you. Of course, I feel there's going to be some plot twists along the way. You have so many Wheel of Fortunes pop out. I would expect the unexpected this year, a lot of plot twists. Okay, but let me just get some final cards before I close your reading. Cut away. Okay, they want that one as well before we close. This is anything that I may have missed in the reading. So we have sudden change is coming. Okay, now I feel this is globally. Okay, I got to be honest, a lot of signs are getting this card. It says here, a sudden change is coming that will completely change your reality. Chaos, wake-up call, endings, and revelation. Now, this doesn't mean that, it's negative. A destruction of the old means you rebuild the new, or it means that you embrace the new. And I've already clarified that I feel there are big changes afoot in terms of humanity and the world at large. There could be some destructive energies that perhaps you acknowledge and you cut it away. Maybe that's why this has come out. Cut away toxic energies, cut away anything that maybe breaks you down or tries to get in the way of your path or your goal. Maybe you're cutting out people who have destructive energy that try to sabotage. So it says here, cut off toxic relationship situations that do not positively serve you. Detach, break up, sever, and disconnect. And I definitely see that you are investing in yourself in healthy ways there. And we've also got day and night cannot dwell together. Okay, now this basically means do not spread yourself too thin. Okay, if you're in one place, you cannot be somewhere else. If, of course, in the world, day and night can kind of dwell together because, of course, there's different hemispheres. But I feel in terms of your energy, this is really about you being in one place and being the soul of that place. Really invest in where you are. Because wherever you are, you can't be somewhere else. Yes, we all at work and we dream about being on a beach somewhere, sipping a cocktail perhaps, but we can't be there. It's a nice vision, but we must invest in the place that we're in right now, with the person that you're in front of or with the thing that you're doing. That creates true peace and presence. And I feel this is something that you're trying to conquer in 2025. Now, finally, we'll just get a card here for you as well. Anything more that's coming out? We've got, if all you're doing is waiting for the really big moments, you won't value and appreciate the small ones. Okay, now there are some pretty big moments going on in your 2025, but most importantly are relationships, friendships, connections between people, memories, accomplishments. It's all about how you feel inside as well, and also the world at large. These are monumental things. They may seem like small things, even like small moments with a person. They often are the memories that we have. They are monumental moments. It may seem like a small moment in the moment, but when we reflect back, we think, wow, that was great time that I spent with that person, especially, if we don't see them as often as we would like to. So I feel this is about you honoring your time. And finally, we have, you will find your place in the world, even when you don't know how. Trust the process, remain flexible. The universe is making sure it supports you in your endeavors. Put one foot in front of the other. What is meant for you will never pass you by. You will break free from all that no longer serves you. This is a big year for you to do that. And it starts in January. I feel like you're in the flow, you are detoxifying, cutting things off. And we also, this is your final card, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. You will be blessed with more than you could ever imagine. And I definitely see that for the year ahead for you, okay? Now I'm just going to go and get a trinket or ring before we close. Okay, so we've got, what is that? So we've got a little dog here, okay? So this can connect to either adopting a pet, but also it can be about comfort in your world, companionship. It can be about, you digging away at your plans, maybe in secret for some of you. It could also be that you are being more present. If you think about a dog or any animal, they exist with you in the present. They're thinking about you and the energy. Well, they normally kind of completely are invested in the moment, aren't they? So I feel also this is about you being more instinctive, tapping into your animal instincts. Also, you're a good friend. I feel like you spend more time with friends this year or reconnect to people you haven't seen for a while. I'm loving this. We've also got the Wheel of Destiny there. This is the Wheel of Fortune wheel. I close my eyes, and of course you can't see that, so you have to trust me on that, but I pick the trinkets and I close my eyes. I love to be surprised myself. So this is fortune favoring you this year. This is about you managing the twists and turns, being flexible, remaining on course, because it also looks like a ship's wheel, and the ship always, of course, is about the journey. And I feel like you're in charge. You are the captain of your ship, and I feel like you are actually sailing the high seas, and it's going to be glorious. And also we've got the butterfly, transformation, change, spreading your wings and flying. But also I feel keep your eyes peeled for lots of birds around you, because I feel that you are actually going to see lots of signs of birds. Big change year for you, but I feel this is beneficial. Okay, so also my guides are saying whenever you see a bird that really captures your attention, look up symbolically what it means. There's a message there for you as well. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Librans. If you'd like to enter a competition to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is visualize the world, the earth, see it in a ball of light, a healing light, because I really feel we're going to need it for 2025. Also, just sit with that image for a little while and send lots of healing to the world. And then in the comments box below, put a little world emoji and a little heart emoji, and I'll enter you into the competition. That's all I ask, okay? And then I will, be guided to a subscriber in order to, give them that free personal reading. I'll announce it in February, okay? Also, in order to be able to contact you regarding the free personal reading, the best way for me to actually find you through hundreds of thousands of people who are subscribed is to subscribe, because if you're not subscribed, I can't find a document of your name, okay? So if my guides give me a name and I go searching it, I can't find it unless it's a subscriber. And that's not me like trying to get more subscribers. It's just I cannot find, certain names unless it's subscribed to the channel. So I'm just going to put it out there. If you want to subscribe, and then if you don't get chosen in the competition and then unsubscribe, that's totally your call. But in order to find your name, you have to be subscribed. Okay, so I will leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.